Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another NBA 2K22 rebuild. And dear friend of mine, Logan Russo, commented on my very first Pistons rebuild saying, Jacob, why don't you tank for Emoni Bates? Even though I hate Emoni Bates for not choosing Michigan State, I will not deny that I think he is one of the best NBA-ready prospects that we have seen in a long time since Kevin Durant. So, best way to get him is to go with a team with 1,000,000 draft picks. So today, I am controlling the Oklahoma City Thunder. You guys have already seen it, but I'll be controlling the Oklahoma City Thunder. They already have Shea, who's a young, promising player. They have good players like Lou Dort, Darius Baisley, Alexei Pokashevsky. That was a pretty good pronunciation. See there? Josh Giddey, who I like a lot of promise in, needs a better three ball, but I like Josh Giddey's promise. And they also drafted Trey Mann with one of their picks. So if we look kind of real quick, if I come over here before we sim the season, if I go to Trade Finder and I just go to our first round picks, we have a Pistons lottery protected pick this year. We have a top 10 protected pick from the Suns. We have the Clippers first rounder. We have the Thunder's first rounder this year. And then next year we have a Wizards, Heat, Clippers. We have so many firsts for the next 4 years. So my goal will be to be very, very bad, accumulate as much draft compensation as possible, and to find my way to getting the 1 through 3 pick in the 2023 draft and being able to draft Emoni Bates. So I'm going to sim this first season. Hopefully we're bad. We just want our young guys to develop. So I'll see you after this. Okay, so we're stopping here at the trade deadline. We are 9th actually in the Western Conference. We've ebbed and flowed kind of between 9th through 11th. So let's just kind of look real quick to see. Shea's feeling really hot. Good. We're going to keep Shea in. Obviously, Lou Dort is going to be a piece for this team moving forward. Kenrich Williams, not too much interest in him. Derek Favors is kind of a good fill-in center, but I'd hopefully like to get a center in the draft this year. Giddey's been playing really well, so we'll continue to play him a lot of minutes. Theo Maledon has a lot of promise. Baisley, I had him in at a starter, but I guess they want Isaiah Roby in. I don't hate on that. I don't like the fact that Pokashevsky has 0 minutes. Ty Jerome, why was he a 76 to even begin with? So, yeah, I have to change this up a little bit because I do want Pokashevsky playing minutes. I don't know why that would have changed at all, because I do want Pokashevsky playing valuable minutes on this team. I don't think he's a bad player, so I want Pokashevsky playing. I actually rather be playing him more than Mike Muscala. So, yeah, we're going to switch that around. Besides that, we're not going to do much. Might as well do the contract extension stuff real quick as we're here as well. Ty Jerome, we didn't plan on bringing back. And then Charles Brown Jr., he seems upset too, and I didn't really mind for that either. So I will see you guys at the end of the season. Okay, we finished the season. A Giannis MVP, a Cade Rookie of the Year. Hope to see that in real life with my boy Cade. Another Defensive Player of the Year and Giannis MVP. Let's just go through real quick, see if we see anybody from our teams on anywhere. I would doubt it. Ben Simmons actually making NBA third team. Impressive. We get Josh Giddey on All NBA Rookie First Team. That's awesome. Let's see if we made the playoffs. I don't believe we did. We finished 13th. Let's see if the Pistons made it. The Pistons made the play-in tournament, so we get their pick, actually, if they falls out of the lottery this year. So that'd be interesting to see. Let's go to stats real quick. That's league stats. Actually, let's just sim this whole playoffs real quick. Looks like the Pistons did not make it in after being in the play-in tournament, so we will not get their pick this year. We will get it next year. Let's just go to our season stats real quick. Sorry about that. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, basically a star in this league, 26 points per game. Lou Dort, serviceable. Josh Giddey, serviceable. Baisley. Yeah, I really like the young prospects on this team. Pokashevsky will keep on improving. Terrence Mann, I think, will be a big part of the bench for a long time. He's obviously never going to be better than SGA. So we're starting off year 2 with looking at the NBA draft lottery. We have a lot of chances at number 1 overall picks. We have our own pick, we have the Thunder's pick, and then we also have the Pistons pick. The Pistons are going to get that pick back just because they didn't make the playoffs, so that pick will go back to them. But I will see you guys with what pick I end up getting. So we're back, and it looks like we ended up getting the number 8 pick. So that Suns pick was lottery protected as well, so we're not going to get the Suns pick. We just have our pick this year, but a lot of those protections will roll over to next year, so we'll get that Suns unprotected first next year. We'll get that Pistons unprotected first next year, even though that's not what the actual trade value for it is. And then we also get the Clippers 29th pick this year. I'll probably end up staying. I might possibly try to change exactly what I'm going to do. As far as front office, Mark Diagonal can stay. And then I'm just going to hire a couple other people to fill a couple different positions, but that's not important. So I will see you guys after I do that. So we are here at the NBA draft, and I wanted to see what possibly 8 and 21 could get me. Necessarily thinking about trading it. I just want to see what exactly I could get. I could get Robert Williams, who would be our center of the future. I did say I want to draft a center in this year's draft. I see a couple of valuable pieces, but this team's just in rebuild mode, so I think they want to hang on to as many firsts as they can possibly get. So I'm going to take a player with both the 8th and the 21st pick. So I'll see you guys at the 8th pick with who I end up taking. So we're here at the 8th pick, just kind of show you exactly how things have been going. There it is, draft summary. So Paulo Banchero went, Chat, Jabari Smith, Jalen Duran. So a lot of the good centers are off the board, so I might end up taking a power forward. Definitely not going to be leaning towards point guard. Let's just see what they kind of have projected for us. Jaden Ivey at a shooting guard. Damon Collins, I don't hate with the 6'9". We're looking for, Patrick Baldwin wouldn't be a bad one either. Yeah, I'm going to take Patrick Baldwin here with the 8th pick, and then we'll see. Maybe I can get a center with the 29th. I just felt like I was reaching a little bit too much if I would have taken a center with that pick. Let's see. Is there anyone who comes to mind? No centers even close. Leon Robinson, 7'1". Max Christie. I'm going to take Max Christie just because Spartan Dogs, you know what it is. So this year we got a couple valuable pieces to our kind of bench. We got Patrick Baldwin, and then let's see what Christie ended up being, a 73 out of Michigan State. So we're going to sign both of these guys to contracts, and then with player options, Derek Favors accepted his. I'm not actually mad about that. I'm going to play him at center next year. I'm going to keep Darius Baisley, going to keep Isaiah Roby. Kenrich Williams is going to stay, and we're going to keep Pokashevsky. We're going to decline Muscala and Jerome. Let's go to qualifying offers. I don't know if we're really going to bring either of those guys back, so we're not going to give them qualifying offers at all. And then let's just go to see. We already have 14 players on this team. I don't plan on bringing any of those guys back. So pretty easy free agency for me. I'm not going to bring any of those guys back at all. I think we have the team that we want, so I'm going to stick with that. All right, so Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, point guard. We got Lou Dort getting better, Giddey getting better. So all greens. This is a very, very young team, so this rebuild might take some time, but we're going to get there eventually. I forget they have Jeremiah Robinson-Earl. He could have some sneaky good minutes on this team next year. So, yeah, that's basically it. I will see you guys with my rotation at the start of the second season. This team just keeps on improving, and this is the big off season, like Logan asked for, like Logan wants. We are going to try to get, we are going to try our damnedest to get Emoni Bates. So that will be the goal. I'll see you guys at what I end up doing for rotation. Okay, we are back with what we are going to do for rotation in year 2. We are going to start both Giddey and Dort at the same time. I'm not mad about that. I don't want to play SGA that many minutes, but I'm going to go SGA, Giddey, who I think deserves the minutes. He played well last year. Dort, Roby, who is going to be a nice promising piece for us. Derek Favors, who's our fill-in center kind of for now. Darius Baisley, Pokashevsky, Theo Maledon, Terrence Mann, and then we're going to give minutes to Patrick Baldwin. He's going to get minutes over Kenrich Williams. I don't really see a future with Kenrich Williams, to be honest, and I don't really see a whole lot of future with Theo Maledon as well. So I'm going to actually swap the minutes, give a couple more here, and then I'm going to give Patrick Baldwin those 14. I'm going to keep Theo Maledon. Theo Maledon might actually be a pretty prime trade candidate around the mid-season point, but that is going to be my lineup for now. As far as system proficiencies, I have balance going on. Let me just make sure real quick that I change Patrick Baldwin. Yeah, I just want to change the bench depth to 10 so that they don't mess with my rotation like they did last year. All right, I'll see you guys at the halfway point of the year or kind of the trade deadline. Gonna look to trade Theo Maledon, but I expect a slight improvement here, but really this is the big offseason. We're going to have a lot of draft picks. I want to tank. I want to get Emoni Bates. I want a lot of this 2023 draft class. So we're here at the trade deadline, and we are actually 8th. If we go and kind of look at team status, we're right on the edge. We're tied with the Grizzlies for the 8th/7th, but we can get all the way up probably to around the 4th or the 5th spot. It's definitely not a thing that is impossible. As far as the game plan, let's see if they changed anything on me. Shea, it progresses so good in 2K. Like, it's absolutely insane. But besides that, it looks like everybody wants less minutes, which is weird. Yeah, the favors thing makes sense. But yeah, Pokashevsky is getting better, which I like to see. Terrence Mann is getting better, and so is Patrick Baldwin. Theo Maledon is also improving. Like, he's just playing really, really well. But I'm still going to give some minutes back to the starters because I do like these guys. But yeah, Theo Maledon, I don't think his value has never been higher for Theo Maledon. So I'm going to try to trade Theo Maledon on a very team-friendly deal to maybe even get a better center for the rest of this year. Derek Favors isn't really cutting it. I feel like we can make the playoffs. So if I can get a better center for not too much, I will try to do that. Or I'll just try to pick up a pick. Terrence Mann, Ricky Rubio, a second rounder to get Mike Muscala, who we just cut last year, Jared Butler, Alex Len. We do not want that Evan Fournier. I guess we'll take that 2024. We're going to take that 24 Lakers or Heat. I think it was a Lakers pick, and the Lakers actually have been bad this year. So we're going to actually take this deal, give them Theo Maledon, pick up a second-round pick. Plus, that gives us a little bit more minutes to spend on the rest of our rotation. Now that Gabriel Deck is trying to get in there, we're going to give minutes to Max Christie. But just because he's my Spartan, and I'm a little biased towards Michigan State Spartans. But nope, we're going to run this rotation the rest of the year, continue run through Shea, Giddey. Pokashevsky steps into the starting lineup over Dort. I don't like that. I'm going to keep that as that. Roby, Pokashevsky. So that's our bench. So we got a lot of young pieces, but it's good with me. I'm excited to see how many draft picks we actually have at the end of the year. Actually, while we're here, really quickly, let's go over to contract extensions. Roby will re-sign. So I like that. We don't have to give him as much as he wants. That's around a good deal. So we'll take that for Isaiah Roby. And besides that, the rest of the guys are not eligible. So those are the moves. And then I will see you guys at the rest of the year, kind of hoping that we at least make the play-in tournament this year. So we actually get to the point where we don't have to play in the play-in game. That's awesome. Giannis, another MVP. Jalen Hardy, Rookie of the Year. Jaren Jackson Jr., a six-man. What? How did they let him go there? Most improved to Jonathan Kuminga. Cum buckets. Great name. NBA first team, NBA second team. SGA with an NBA second team, 92 overall, 46 badges. SGA has been awesome. Let's see if any of our rookies end up making. Damon Collins, who I was also considering at the time, didn't take him. He did not make it. Patrick Baldwin makes it, though, as a 77 overall. So really like to see that there. We are the 6th seed, and we'll be matching up against the Phoenix Suns. We have their first rounder this year, so that kind of sucks. I was hoping that they would be bad. Let's look at the season stats quickly. SGA continues to get better, goes up to 27 points per game. He was at 20, what was he at last? I just want to see career stats. He was at 26 last year. We look at Giddey, he improves. Dort's numbers go down a little bit, but that's to be expected. Roby gets better. Trey Mann gets better. Baisley sees a little bit of just staying the same. Poku's numbers get a lot better. His three-pointer goes down, but his overall shooting percentage is better. Patrick Baldwin with 7 points a game as a rookie. Derek Favors just kind of filling in the holes. And then Max Christie with awesome splits, except for the free throw percentage. It's a little low. We take on a Phoenix Suns team who, let's see who they still have. They still have Chris Paul, Booker, Mikal Bridges, Daniel Tice playing the 4. It's a little weird. Ayton, Cameron Johnson, Campaign, Kennedy Chandler. So that is our first round matchup. Let's simulate the play-in tournament. Do we see the Pistons or anything on the other side? Do not see the Pistons. So we will have their pick this year, which could be absolutely electric. Let's simulate through a game. We lose game 1, lose game 2 to Phoenix, win game 3, lose game 4, and I got a feeling, yep, we get eliminated pretty quickly. We'll go check out the playoff stats real quick, but the Philadelphia 76ers are your NBA champions. Let's go look at playoff statistics real quick for our team. SGA, wow. For his second playoffs, this is or third playoffs actually, it's a little disappointing. A lot of first playoffs for a lot of guys on this team. Impressed by Dort and Giddey. Baldwin really stepped up. I think Baldwin might be our starting small forward next year. Hopefully it's Emoni Bates though, actually. So that was the end of year 2. I will see you guys at the draft lottery, the biggest part of the video. So we are at the draft lottery. It's the biggest part of the video. We have the number 1 chances from the Nuggets. We have the number 1 chance, 3 chance from the... We have so many chances. So we are not going to skip the lottery results. I know it's going to take a little bit more time, but we're going to go through one by one because this is the big part of the video to see if we get Emoni Bates, if we can fulfill the thing that Logan wanted and to tank for Emoni Bates. So far in, it's kind of gone scratch. We don't want to see anything change. No one jumps us. I don't know what the protections are on these picks. We'll obviously see that at the end. The Kings stay at 11. Usually around this 10 or 9 spot is when things really start to switch it up. So you just do not want to see, oh, the Oklahoma City Thunder. Oh, no. This was the Clippers pick. The Mavericks move up into the top 4, eliminating a chance for us. And we get the 9th pick as well from Detroit. Oh, no. Do not be another Thunder pick. Okay, it's the Trailblazers, meaning that the Magic are into the top 4. It's going to get more and more difficult here to get Emoni, but we'll see. We're kind of at pick 6. I don't know how many more protections they have on picks. This is the Wizards. This was supposed to be our pick, so I think the Wizards are staying where they are. 5th pick is the Nuggets. The Nuggets had a protected pick as well. That was supposed to be our pick. So it looks like we're going to have, I believe, 10 and 9 to be able to try to move up in this draft to select Emoni Bates. So that's going to be tough to do. I might have to throw in a future first. But looks like the Mavericks are going to get the first overall pick. Yep, the Mavericks get the first overall pick with Luka Doncic. So that's pretty impressive. Yep, so it looks like we only get 9 and 10. I thought we were going to get the Nuggets and everything like that, but we did not. Staff signing, we currently don't have a head coach. I don't believe. Oops. We have a head scout. We don't have a head coach. I would like a balanced head coach. Steve Nash is available. Defensive head coach, no. That's Mike Malone. Defense. Billy Donovan would be funny. Frank Vogel is out there. Jason Kidd. I'm going to go after Steve Nash. Yeah, he's perimeter centric. Let's see. He's tentative, which means he's probably going to reject our contract. Coaching. I guess we could go after Jacob Underwood. He's kind of a name in 2K that a lot of people know. But I liked Mark Diagano, and he was a good coach for us, and we're going to get him back on a new contract. So, NBA draft time. We're going to skip to that. I don't know where Emoni is going to go. So I will do whatever I can to get Emoni Bates. He goes number 1. All right, he goes number 1. All right, this might have to be something we do post-draft. I'll just go to my picks and make selections from here. We really need a center in this draft or a power forward. So not much going on. I'll go Danny Leonard. I don't know who that is. I've never heard of him. And then we have back-to-back picks. Need a center. Absolutely need a center. So, who's the best center available? It's this Kirk Levins. I'll take him. Might have been a bit of a reach. Sim to next user pick. We also have the 17th pick in the draft, and we will take the best available player, which is Sherman Thornton. So, yeah, we're going to sim to the end of the draft. So we missed out on Emoni Bates. We missed out on kind of all the big names in this draft. So, yeah, we have a lot of picks. We're going to pick up all 5 of those guys and retain the rights. We're going to bring Giddey back. We're going to bring Pokashevsky back. We're bringing Mann back. Gabriel Deck and Jeremiah Robinson Earl, your time is kind of over. Qualifying offers, we're going to offer it to Darius Baisley. Okay, so let's see now, the Mavericks being here, if I can get Emoni Bates. Okay, so I'll have to wait into the season, 29 days. So I don't have Emoni Bates yet. No need to fear. Lou Dort, I want to offer, if that's how much he wants, I want a 4-year contract for Lou Dort. Baisley, another guy who I really would like to return. Another favorable contract. Another favorable contract for Baisley. So let me bring it down a little bit and go to 4 years. Let's see what they say. Oops. Okay. It looks like Baisley's going to end up taking this deal. I don't want Kenrich Williams. Let's see what they do. Yeah. So that's the deals that I'm going to make. And then as far as center, I wouldn't hate a Vucevic. Ooh, I cannot get to there. I can sign a decent center, though. Nerlens Noel. I wouldn't hate to take a flyer on Mo Bamba, a 2-year team, 1-and-1 deal. So I'll take a flyer on Mo Bamba. And yeah, we got a lot of players on this team, so I'm happy with what we have right now. Sorry, this offseason is really long. I thought we were going to have a better chance at getting Emoni Bates, but we're going to still try to make that happen here in a minute. All right, we have Giddey, Pokashevsky, Baisley, Dort. It kind of stays the same. I'd like to see Dort increase. Mann, Roby, Lewis. Patrick Baldwin didn't really increase very much. Thought that he would improve a little bit better. Max Christie improves a little bit. Thornton. Okay, so we got a lot of guys on this team. A lot. So we're going to start auto-generating players now, which kind of sucks, especially for us having so many good picks, because it's going to matter in a couple of years. But right now, not very much. But I'm going to sim about a month into the season. Or did I hit remainder of the season when I did that? Okay, so I'm going to sim to here. We're 7th, and we are going to try to make a trade here happen for Emoni Bates. I know that he was just the number 1 pick in the draft, so you're probably going to view him as almost untouchable. No trades were found. Okay. So this is something that we're going to have to craft ourselves. Okay, the player that we want is Emoni Bates. Mavericks Bates. Okay, so he's 4.5-star value. So let's start with a player who kind of gets close to his salary. I would be willing to throw in Patrick Baldwin Jr., who has 2-star value. That's not good. Maybe Giddey. 3.5-star value from Giddey. The Wizards first this year. And the Clippers first next year. Okay. Giddey and 2 firsts. What if I gave you Dort? Okay. Nope. What if I gave you Poku? And I'll downgrade the player, but I will throw in a Rockets first pick next year, 3 first. Am I just reading this wrong? Do they view him as untouchable? Consider untouchable. The only way I'll accept a trade for him is to be blown away. I've given them all the first I have next year. Just 5 first, unprotected, and Pokashevsky. Last thing I'm going to try before I just go on with the video probably is try for Giddey instead. Dallas Mavericks accept the trade. So we get Luka Doncic at a price. We do have to give up Josh Giddey in every first-round pick we have next year. So we just absolutely use all the draft capital that they had and to pick up Emoni Bates. So it kind of works better for our rotation now that we can start Dort back at the regular shooting guard position and have Shea, Bates, Roby, Bamba, Pokashevsky. So we have a nice young team again. And yeah, I like our team, and we're going to keep playing. So yeah, this is our team. We have Emoni Bates and SGA now. Logan, I fulfilled your ask, and I have gotten Emoni Bates. We are here at the trade deadline just to kind of get an idea. We're currently 5th in the Western Conference. SGA, Dort. Yep, I like the way this team looks. Got some young pieces too. Christie even. Like our team is really, really solid. I don't think one thing that we'll never have to worry about for this team, I think at least for this video, is having a shitty bench. So that's really a relief, because sometimes the bench is one of the hardest parts of videos to get guys on good contracts, but we've been locking up players on good contracts. I'm just afraid that the Pokushevsky contract might be a little bit more than I want it to be here. I never got to do contract extensions. So that's a little odd. 1 second. Let's see. Oh, we must have passed the contract extension deadline. I'll see you guys at the end of the season. Uh, yeah, I'll see you guys there. I think we're going to make the playoffs. It just depends on if we have to play in the play-in, which we don't. Never mind. I will not see you guys there. So Victor Wembanyama is Rookie of the Year. Luka gets his first MVP. Jaren Jackson, sixth man again. That's unfair. Theo Maledon, most improved. We traded him away for a second rounder, so that is kind of tough. Let's see if we get any SGA second team. Cade the King. Do we get anybody? Yep, we get Bates on all rookie first team. He's feeling ecstatic. 17 points per game in his first season. Oof. Cheated the system here a little bit. We're going to play the Minnesota Timberwolves, but first, let's quickly go and see our stats. His points goes down a little bit, not to be expected. Bates, Mann, Pokusevski. Yeah, we need a dominant center. We're kind of missing that right now. Patrick Baldwin, expected him to get a little bit better. He hasn't really improved very much, but yeah, our draft and stash guy might be pretty key here. But we got Spencer going against Spencer Dinwiddie, Edwards, Malik Beasley, Jaden McDaniels, Karl-Anthony Towns, Karis LeVert, Naz Reid. Okay, so pretty evenly matched teams, I would think so. So simulate game 1, we win. Game 2, they win. We've stolen a game. That's kind of what you want to do. We're up 2-1. It's tied. They stole one back. They got home court. They win game 5, and we lose in 6. So we've lost in the first round each of the first 2 years of this rebuild. But this is where things really start. I got 2 years with both SGA and Emoni Bates to make this thing happen. Pelicans win the NBA Finals in Zion. So year 3, this thing really starts now. So we are here at the end of the year. So let's just see what exactly we gave up here for Emoni Bates. So we gave up the 5th pick. That's tough, but it is an auto-generated draft class. We give up the 5th pick. We give up the 11th pick, the 14th pick, the 19th pick, the 20th pick. Yeah, so the Mavericks are just everywhere with selections. They have 5 first-rounders, and those are all from us. Staff signing, I believe we have everybody we need. Yeah, I'm not overdoing it with the staff signing. They made it a little bit more difficult. I'm going to skip the draft. We don't have any first rounders. I traded them all to get Emoni Bates. But I'm going to keep our draft and stash guy. But the rest of these guys don't really care too much about. So I'm going to keep our draft and stash guy. He's been really, really good. All right, what's our plan? We're going to bring back Mann. I think we're going to bring back Bamba. We're going to bring back Christie. It's a pretty light deal. We don't need Dick Wright Foreman. It's a great name. But we don't need any of them. We're going to go to qualifying offers. Pokusevski. I'd like to bring back Pokusevski, but if he's asking for way too much money, then it's not going to fucking happen. Not going to lie to you. But Baisley, oh, yep, I guess he's an unrestricted free agent. I might have to make a decision between these two guys if I want Baisley or Pokusevski. I'm curious if I can get anywhere close to getting like an all-star caliber center that I would want. I don't think so. Daniel Latoro for affordable centers. So, yeah. Oh, never mind. Oh, those are the guys I had bird rights on, so I was limiting my thing. Can I even get close to getting like an Anthony Davis to come play center for us? Like, how far am I off? I'm very far off. So it looks like I'm going to have to keep my bird right guys. No, I don't want to. Why are they trying to make me get rid of both of them? All right. Let's go here. Baisley. I don't think he wants like too much, and I wouldn't hate getting him back on something like this. Okay. So I went down a little too much. What if I do 12 milli flat? It's 1201 flat for a couple of years. And then with Pokusevski, I don't want to give him that much money. I think I might have to package some young guys together to get rid of. But I'm going to keep the team the way we have it now. And I'm just going to keep having SGA and Emoni Bates just kind of improve. So that's kind of like my big thing right now is we got Bates at 85. We have SGA. We have Mann coming off the bench. I think we might throw together some of these young pieces and try to get a third all-star to play next to these guys while Bates is on that rookie contract. I feel like that's the biggest thing. So, all right. I will see you guys at the trade deadline. Let's just go over rotation really quickly. I'm letting this video drag on a little bit more. SGA, Dort, keeping that. Bates, Roby, Bamba, Mann, Pokashevsky, Bazley. Yep. Lewis, Baldwin's getting better. And then these guys are improving off the bench without even playing. Quinn Cook's the only old guy we have on the team. So, yeah. As far as system proficiency, balance is 4 stars, anything 4.5. Balanced. So we're staying at balanced. I'll see you guys at the trade deadline. I might try to get a third piece to help us win the NBA Finals. All right. So as you can see, we are 4th right now in the rankings. If you look at us, we are kind of right in the middle. It's even possible for us to even probably get to that 2 seed. We look at the roster. These guys are obviously untouchable, both Gildress and Bates. But the rest of these people, I'm all willing to part ways with. I really like Patrick Baldwin. I'd rather not get rid of him. But if I'm being honest, I'm pretty open to anything else. So Terrence Mann's got 1 year left off the bench. So I'm thinking, what if we go Pokashevsky, Mann, and maybe like Mo Bamba and a first, swap first bat. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Let's just go find a player first that I want. It's going to be a center. Center or a big. Wiseman, I don't hate. Looking for obviously like a star. I wouldn't hate Cat, but that's a pretty common one I see in a lot of videos. I wouldn't hate trying to find a way to get Mobley. A first rounder and Darius Bazley for Mobley. This feels like a pretty no-brainer, so I'm going to take that and pick up Mobley. He's still on his rookie contract too, which is good. So I got Mobley, Bates, and SGA. Seems like I'm basically cheating. It feels like it to me. Chet, that's impossible. Is there any way to get Ayton without giving up? No. I don't need a really good center now. I can deal with one that's like okay, like an 84 overall. Like I don't think we're gonna get Jalen Duran. Like I think. Okay, they want Bates. They would want Terrence Mann in a first. I would do this in a heartbeat. They want Patrick Baldwin in a first. They'd want Poku, and they'd give me Beasley. Yeah. Okay. So we just made ourselves the greatest team that I've ever had in 2K yet. Let's watch this rebuild real quick. Okay. So SGA, Malik Beasley. I kind of like Malik Beasley almost off the bench. Not gonna lie. Obviously, I think I'd like him as like our best scoring option. And like Roby, we keep Patrick Baldwin Jr., which is like the main thing I wanted to do. Okay, so we have SGA, Dort, Emoni Bates, Evan Mobley, Jalen Duran, Michael Beasley, Terrence Mann, Patrick Baldwin. Yeah, so this is the best team I've ever had in a 2K rebuild yet. If I don't win the finals, this year might be a little tough, but let's just see if I can get anybody. While we're here and I'm thinking about it, let's see if I can get anybody on a contract extension for the low. Yeah, $8 million. We'll pay that to Roby to keep him around. He's a nice bench piece. So, yep. Absolutely awesome. I think we're going to have to pay Mobley after this year, but this is the best team I've ever had in 2K, and I think the best chance we've had so far of winning an NBA Finals. So, yeah, I'll see you guys at the end of the year. Kind of killed team chemistry, but this is definitely an improved team. Better center, better power forward, just a great team. All right, the end of the year came quick. We stayed at 4th, but obviously this team's vastly improved. LaMelo wins his first MVP. Christian Wood, 6-man. Defense player of the year. Giannis. It feels like it's been him every year. Steven Silas of the Rockets. So the Rockets have really turned things around, unless he's a coach for a different team. So do we see SGA anywhere? SGA stays at All-NBA second team. That's been kind of where he's been at. Scotty Barnes with All-NBA third team. He progresses really nice in this game. Cade is a 96. Jesus. All right, we look at All-NBA defensive teams. We don't have anybody from the Thunder. We're not going to have any rookies. We traded anybody away. I want to see how many Mavericks ended up making this. Not a single one. So that's pretty funny. We're going to go against the Golden State Warriors. But first, let's look at our season stats. We traded basically our entire team. We have SGA, his scoring goes down, but that's to be expected when you add Bates, who's a 20-point-per-game scorer. You add Mobley, who's a 20-point-per-game scorer. Trey Mann, who is averaging 15 off the bench. He's been insane. Jalen Duran, He's been really good. We'll have him on the rookie deal still. We'll have Malik Beasley on a favorable contract, Luke Dort on a favorable contract, Patrick Baldwin on a good contract. So I'm feeling really good about this right now. Max Christie, he's fed up with not playing. Sorry, Max, but it is what it is. I love you, buddy, though. We're going against the Golden State Warriors, who have still Steph, who's a 96, Clay, who's decreased, a better Jonathan Kuminga, an average Aaron Gordon. I think this is a close series, but I think that we can win. It would be the first time that we win a first-round series. So we're down 2-0. We're down 3-0. Let's just sim the round. This isn't going to go, what? We come back from 4-3 or 3-1 down or 3-0 down, 4 straight freaking wins for the Thunder. Let's go, dude. Now we play the number 1 seeded Rockets, who have Harry Morris, Jalen Green, Jalen Brown, Lauri Markkanen, Mitchell Robinson, Terry Rozier, Amari Bailey, Alperen Sengun, Jabari Smith. They have an awesome bench. No doubting it, but I think that we might be a better starting lineup. We go down 2-0. We go down 3-0. That's kind of our lucky charm, and we only win 1 game until we get swept. So that's it. The Rockets are actually the NBA champions. Jalen Green is the NBA finals winner, but looks like this is what our playoff stats look like. SGA scoring goes down. Everyone's scoring goes down. Obviously, it's a little bit harder to score in the playoffs, but this is the final year of the rebuild. I might keep it going just to see if I ever win the NBA finals, just because this team is so freaking good. But I will see you guys kind of post-draft. I think we're about to sign our guy who've been drafted and stashing for 2 years, so excited for that. So I traded away a lot of my picks, but we're going to sign Sherman Thornton, who's an 80 overall coming in, who's a Euro stash. And we are not going to sign our first rounder, which is kind of unrare. They're guaranteed contracts in real life, but I will retain the rights on this 1-year draft and stash player. So we get a guy for the low. So we're going to bring Bates in for an $11 million contract. We're bringing in Durant. We're bringing in Baldwin. We're going to keep Kirk Levins. We're going to get rid of Max Christie. Don't need that $4 million. And then we're going to get rid of Danny Leonard, who's 24, but we're going to keep Harris Harvey because he's half the money of Leonard and he's a better overall. So I didn't want to do too many players that I kept. Moving on to qualifying offer. Obviously, the number one thing is to get back Evan Mobley, but Trey Mann's also very important to get back. So we have a $52 million cap hold. If we look at the players that we kind of have up right now, we have Mobley, Mann. We have bird rights on Christie, but we're not going to bring him back. So it looks like we are going to get rid of Max Christie's rights. Danny Leonard, who had a $10 million cap hold, we're going to get rid of too. So we're going to try to bring back Mann. We're going to bring back Mobley. That is the most important thing. So we're just going to skip through moratorium. He's going to accept an offer from the Wizards. We're going to match that Evan Mobley offer. So we are going to get Evan Mobley for 4 years. And then I'd like to bring back Mann on the qualifying offer. Just because, let's see, I'll offer him the 4-year, $17 million contract, and he accepts that. So I'm actually pretty pumped about that. Let's go into player progression. I think you're going to see a lot of greens. I think that we're projected to be the number 1 team next year, personally, in my opinion. So 93 overall Shea. He's kind of stopped at a 93, but Bates is at a 90. Mobley's basically at a 90. Durant's at an 86. We have Beasley, who's kind of our 6-man off the bench. Mann, Sherman Thornton, who's a new guy off the bench. We've been starting Dort. Might try to package some stuff together to get a good shooting guard. But yeah, I like this team. We're going into the final year of the rebuild. We've made it past the first round 1 time. So it's been tough for sure, but it's definitely on the up and up the most this year. Let's go to coaching game plan. We're going to start SGA, Dort, Mobley, Bates, Durant, oh my God, Beasley, Mann, Thornton, Patrick Baldwin, and then Kirk Levins Jr. I could see myself packaging a couple of these guys possibly to get a little bit better of a starting shooting guard, maybe even get Dort's contract out the door, but that will be a little bit down the road. I'd like to start the season first to see how we go, but I will see you guys kind of with when I decide to make a decision depending on our record. So I'll see you guys there. So when we stop, we are currently 3rd in the Western Conference. I could definitely see us getting all the way up to 1st, possibly. Let's just look at the roster. Everybody's improving. Beasley's kind of stuck. Even Dort's improving. I actually wouldn't be mind trading Beasley, who's got the $24 million a year. Dort is just younger, so I'd like to keep Dort around. So let's see, kind of, if I look around, I know we've been really killing the trades today. Anthony Edwards would basically be impossible. I loved him. I would love him on his rookie contract, but not anymore. I'm kind of surprised they have Moody as a small forward in this game and not a shooting guard. I wouldn't hate Jaden Ivey if there's a way that I could trade for him without getting rid of. So I would trade Thornton and Dort for Jaden Ivey. Wouldn't hate that. Thornton and Lewis, not trading Durant. Beasley, I don't hate. Just get rid of that big contract. How many years left is on your deal? So it's just this year, looks like. It'd help me get off a bunch of money, but I'd be trading 2 first-rounders. Trey Mann. Is this trade worth it? Is this a kind of a step backwards move for me? Okay, I'm going to make this trade. And then I'm going to come back. Oops. And then I'm going to come back and then trade Monte Morris, who I cannot be traded again. Okay, I forgot I didn't turn off that rule. Okay. Let's rebuild the rotation. We're bringing in Ivy, a younger guy, and then we're going to bring Terrence Mann, Thornton, Dort, Lewis. See, our team's so good that an 80 overall is not even getting minutes. Like, I just like the move. I just prefer him over Malik Beasley, Jaden Ivey out of Purdue. So we'll see how the rest of the season goes. I keep shaking up the roster. Can't be good for team morale, but I'll see you guys at the end of the season. Might as well do contract extensions, I guess. SGA will resign. He happily accepted that. Dort would resign. He would happily accept that. And then the rest of the guys are not eligible. So hope I'm not shooting myself in the foot with giving all these big contracts away, because I'd like to re-sign Emoni Bates if possible. But this might be the last year of the rebuild, depending on how good we do in the playoffs. If not, we'll just try to run this team back another season. So I'll see you guys at the end of the year with what our record is. So trading Beasley might not have been the best idea. We go from 3rd in the West to 4th. I'd be terrified to play against us, but hey, we'll see. Any SGA, Giddey actually with an All-NBA second team. I would have liked to see the Giddey pairing together, but when you get the chance to get Emoni Bates, you kind of have to just go for it. So Josh Christopher, All-NBA first team as a rookie. A little late, but never late than sorry, I guess. We look at statistics. We're going to go to our player stats. Bates becomes our leading scorer for the first time. First time in the video has not been Shea. The scoring's just really spread out. So I don't know, not much to expect with the Clippers. They've got Donovan Mitchell, Franz. They have a good team. I think we should win, but they have a good team. So let's see. We win game 1. We win game 2. We lose game 3. We win game 4. Can we get to the second round? We can. So we get to the second round. We'll simulate the round. Now we play the Pelicans, who have been a thorn in the side of every team in the NBA. They've gone with the small ball Jaren at the 5 lineup with Donovan, Sharp. Oh God, Zion's a 99 overall. Crappy bench, but hey, we win game 1. We win game 2, both on the road. We win game 3 at home. We lose game 4. Can we match up with the Rockets? We can match up with the Rockets, the two teams. Their fates are tied together. This team looks very similar. Harry Morris, Jalen Green, Jaylen Brown, Jabari Smith, Mitchell Robinson, Amari Bailey, Terry Rozier. Still with an awesome bench, Zaire Williams. Okay, let's see what we can do. We'll simulate to the round. The Pistons lose in the conference semis. Let's see if we can get to the NBA Finals for the first time. Tied 1-1. They're up 2-1. It's tied 2-2. They're up 3-2. We've been eliminated. So we lose in the playoffs to the Rockets, who I think have won back-to-back NBA Finals. Let's look at the playoff stats. Emoni Bates has his breakout season. Absolutely amazing. He's obviously been really good before this, but We are going to roll in. We're going to go through this one pretty fast, but we are going to do one last season of this Thunder team. I think they're too good not to do a fifth season for, so I'm going to do a fifth season of this Thunder team. So I'm just flying through this offseason. We're going to sign our first-round pick. He seems to be good. The rest of the guys can kind of – the draft and stats didn't really pay off the way I wanted it to for him. Team player options, we're going to bring back Bates. We're going to bring back him. And are we going to bring back Harvey Harris? $4 million. Yeah, we can bring him back. Emoni Bates accepted qualifying offer. Paul not going to get one. Jaden Ivey's going to get one. Jalen Duran, Patrick Baldwin. I don't see a way that we bring them all back, possibly. Oh, wait, nope, didn't want to do that. Especially if one of them gets an offer. Jalen Duran actually expecting a little bit more money less money than I thought. Really like that Patrick Baldwin number. And Jaden Ivey, actually, they're not expecting as much as I thought. We're going to renounce the rights on all of our other players. We're going to renounce the rights here. We're going to try to sign all three of these guys. But I think they're going to end up taking their one-year qualifying offer, which is actually really good for me, believe it or not, just because this is in the last year of the rebuild, so it doesn't really matter. But if I was actually rebuilding and like trying to do like a bunch of different like small little moves, I could try to make something happen, but I'm going to stay the same, stay the course. So we have Bates at a 92 overall, Mobley, Duran. Shea's been staying at a 93, which I'm fine with. Ivey's at an 83, Thornton's at an 80. So the team's just been really good. We're going to trade Monte Morris. So maybe that's one of our big things that we can do at the trade deadline is like try to package a couple of our bench guys to make this team the best they can be. So we're here at our lineup, and we're going to go with the same lineup we ended last year with Gildress, Ivey, Bates, Mobley, Duran. Man as our sixth man. Hey, man at six man. That's a little bit tongue twister. Dort, Thornton, Levens, and then Patrick Baldwin. And we're going to try to trade probably a couple of these pieces to try to get a really good bench piece. So stay tuned for that. Keep changes and exit. Okay, whatever. All right, I will see you guys at the trade deadline. I'm going to make one big move to get a good bench piece, maybe even a starter and slide Ivy down. We'll see. Okay, we're here at the trade deadline. We're currently second in the Western Conference. We're a little bit behind the Rockets, who have been kind of the team that's been kicking our ass over the last couple of years. But we're obviously not trading Shea. We're not trading Bates, Mobley, Duran. We're going to keep Mann. He's a good bench piece. We're going to keep Ivy. We're keeping Thornton, keeping Dort. Besides that, we're going to trade Morris and Mobley. But maybe we're even going to trade, like, who do I'm going to have to pay money to? Baldwin, Dort, Baldwin? I don't know. I have a lot of years for him. Ivy is going to expect a big contract too. Let's see what I can do for Roby and Morris. See if I can get somebody like really good. No one really pops out. What if we did a restricted free agent? People might be a little bit more interested in that. Okay. Jalen Johnson wouldn't be a bad pickup. Jonathan Isaac. Alperen Sengun. Be an upgrade at center. It's 1 year. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? So upgrade at backup center. I'll give them a first for it. It's the last year of this rebuild, so obviously if it doesn't go well, then... Yep, so we're going to go with... We pick up a better bench center, so we're going to go with Sengun. And then we're also going to give minutes to... We're not giving minutes to Wiggins. We're giving minutes to Patrick Baldwin. He's been the ride or die homie the whole year. So if that ends up biting me in the ass, then it bites me in the ass. But it's our last big move that we're making. We're not going to do the contract extension deadline. So I'll see you guys at the end of the year. This is the year we do it. This is the year we win it all. Okay, we're at the end of the year. We're finally the 1 seed, so we're the best team in basketball. LaMelo, MVP. Do we get anybody? Mark Diagonal, Coach of the Year, finally. Okay, let's see if we get anybody on anything. We do not. Giddey, He's kind of stuck at an 89, so it might have been worth the trade. We're the 1 seed, so we kind of have to wait. I'm sure you guys don't really care about the stats at this point. I just almost simmed the entire playoffs. Holy shit. Okay, we play the Suns in the first round, who have Byron Rivers, Zach LaVine, Diallo. This team is... Why is Fox off the bench? Oh, damn. They have 2. Shit. Okay. Shit, Fox is worse. Okay. Sim through the game. We lose. If I accidentally jinxed it by doing that, okay. Play the Spurs, a team we haven't seen yet this video, who have Dejounte Murray, Joshua Primo, who actually Primo, Chris Middleton, Jokic, or Nikola Jokovic. He's coming in the league in a couple of years, and I'm really going to struggle with the pronunciations on these names. But yeah, we should win. I think we're the best team in basketball. This Spurs team is tough. Chat is a cheat code in 2K, but we get through them in 5 games. We go against the team we beat last year. We beat them last year. They lose Jaren Jackson Jr., so they downgrade at center. They have a little bit better of a shooting guard this time. Oh, if we face the Pistons and the only thing getting between us is the Pistons, that's going to be tough. Okay, we lose game 1. We win game 2. Lose game 3. Win game 4. Oh, this is going to be close. We get in game 5. Can we get game 6? We place the Pistons. To win it all, we play the Pistons, who have Cade, Bradley Beal, Keon Johnson, Isaiah Stewart, Yannick Nosa, Anthony Simons. Oh, boy. It's basically Cade. Oh, God. We win game 1, win game 2, win game 3. We're going to sweep the Pistons to win the... Oh, no. I jinxed it. We win in 4. Gentlemen sweep. I'm so happy that we decided to do an extra year. SGA is our player of the game, or NBA Finals MVP. He averages 31 per game. Let's look at the playoff numbers. I don't care as much about the regular season. Playoff numbers, Emoni averages 21, but in the finals, Shea averages 31 or 19. Oh, it was minutes per game, not points. Stupid. Averages 19, Man, Mobley, Durant. Definitely the best team that I've put together so far, this 2K. I think the cheat code for 2K is to be able to trade for these young pieces and then just absolutely get them for a steal. Like, I traded for Bates, I had to give up a lot for, but I didn't give up that much for Mobley, who's a 90, and I didn't have to give up that much for Jalen Durant, who's a 90. Same with Ivy, Sengun, like all these guys. Best team I built by far. Logan, I completed it for you. I have led Emoni Bates and the Oklahoma City Thunder to a championship. So, until next time, peace. Oh, wait, quick thing. Comment what you want to see me do next. I can try to target a player in the draft. I could do an all-Michigan State team, which I'd be interested in doing with the team. Or I can just keep rebuilding teams. So just comment down below. Love rebuilding in 2K. So let me know. Peace.